Warm across the valley today. A lot of places in the 90s for a while and still in the 90s in the upper valley. We're at 99 in Rio Grande City, 93 in McAllen, 92 in Edinburg, and elsewhere in the valley, mainly in the 80s across the lower valley, even 84 in Brownsville. So it's been a hot one again, but February's done, so maybe March will be a little cooler. I think we're setting up for a record heat across the valley when you look at the record books for February when the month closes tonight. Winds kind of breezy out there again today. The gusts you see still around 30 miles per hour. All the winds from the south and southeast, except for in the upper valley where the winds and some dry air have really heated temperatures in Starr County. Tonight, though, the air overall is going to be pretty humid, so most places only dropping down into the low 70s by morning, which means pretty much all night long it's going to be warm and humid out there. The upper valley in Starr County might be just a tad less humid and slightly cooler, but tomorrow starts off with mainly clouds in the morning, might be a little bit of patchy fog, probably just clouds though, and then the clouds hanging around most of the time tomorrow. I think they may break apart some in the afternoon as a cold front rolls in, but at the same time, you might see a sprinkle or a shower in spots tomorrow, but chances of rain are only around 10 or 20%, so very little, if any, rain for very many places. Looks dry in most spots. 89, though, still warm tomorrow in Rio Grande City and Roma, 87 in San Ysidro, most of the valley in the 80s. Now, if the sun's able to break through more, it's possible we might spike up to around 90 or so in spots, but I think enough clouds will keep temperatures running in the 80s tomorrow, and the winds kick around to the north later in the afternoon. Still about 85 for a high in Brownsville and 78, though, near the coast in Port Isabel and South Padre Island. Now, Future Track does show dry weather tonight. Clouds could thicken, just some high clouds now, but maybe some lower clouds late tonight as the humidity increases. And then tomorrow, clouds probably hanging around most of the day. You see a lot of gray on the map, and the cold front arrives later in the afternoon, but you see very little green, indicating very few showers is what the computer says, and doubtful there'll be much. There's not a lot to really build up the showers tomorrow, so you might get a little quick shower when the front passes through in the afternoon through about 5 or 6 p.m., but mostly just dry weather. Then the clouds should try to thin out tomorrow night for a while, but it's a good bet that if they do thin out, they'll start to come back on Thursday. So Thursday's a day when we may start off with sun, but I think the clouds will eventually fill in the sky later in the day, and then once they're here, they may be here the rest of Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday, but with slightly cooler temperatures. No more 90s, probably more like, something around 70 or so in the afternoon for Thursday and Friday for highs. Across Texas, this cold front that's coming in, not triggering a lot of active weather, so there's no big storms around, just a little bit of cooler weather coming down. And you see across Texas as well. This is tomorrow afternoon, 50s and 60s up north, 70s and 80s down to the south, so not a big blast of cold air, but some cooler air. No more record heat. So your first 1-5-70 forecast, mainly in the 80s tomorrow. Clouds return and thicken on Thursday later in the afternoon, highs near 70. And then Friday maybe a little bit cooler with more clouds. There might be a sprinkle later Friday evening and night, but probably dry during the day. And most of the models hint at Saturday being the best chance for more clouds, some rain on and off, and highs in the 70s. And then we warm up again back into the 80s by later Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we'll keep tracking the rain chances for the weekend coming up in your first 1-5 forecast on Channel 5 News at 5.